pandemic. And due to those guidelines, I'm comforted to say that to a great extent we have been able to contain the pandemic within our region. It is true that there are a lot of impact that have been as a result of this pandemic. Some of these effects have been pointed out by other leaders and the Prime Minister of Lesotho, but we have strived to face this pandemic contrary to the predictions of many other leaders. And personally, I trust because of our strategies, very soon we shall be able to completely contain the pandemic, and eventually we shall return to our normal livelihood as we have been living, all of us within the SADC community. What's important, we should continue to cooperate, but also to exchange experiences on how to face this pandemic. Also, we should continue to improve our systems of healthy delivery strategies to counter disasters. And in this vein, I want to seize the occasion to call upon the Secretary of Member States to cooperate in order to expedite the establishment of our disaster risk preparedness and response strategy fund. Most importantly, I want to seize this occasion to reiterate my call to the developed countries to find the possibility to cancel debts or to deliver support or soft loans to the developing countries, including the SADC countries, so that they can be able to effectively encounter the effects of corona, both economically and health-wise. Honorable leaders, ladies and gentlemen, on 17th August 2019, Tanzania was accorded the honor to lead our lofty community for 1 year. Today, on 17th August 2020, we have fulfilled our mandate and we shall hand over to our friends of Mozambique. Honorable leaders, certainly you'll agree with me that it is the aspiration of everyone to see that when you are given the responsibility to lead any organization, when you complete your mandate, you must have delivered a contribution which will have brought that organization forward than you found it. It is on the same basis when I hand over this responsibility to our people of Mozambique. We in Tanzania are gratified to see that for the past 1 year, we have been able to deliver contribution, which doubtlessly has contributed to take our community to a new heights. For sure, due to the cooperation that was accorded from all the member states and the Secretariat, we have been able to achieve some milestones on all areas, beginning from the political issues, defense and security, good governance and democracy, also economic integration, social issues, etc. We are very grateful for your cooperation. Honorable ladies and gentlemen, as you all very well know, one of the priority areas for our SADC community is defense and security. I'm comforted to note that for the past 1 year we have been able and have strived to stand for that responsibility, especially by ensuring that there is peace and security continues to reign in our community, also to deal with some of the conflicts within our area, including DRC and Lesotho. I seize this occasion to thank the chairperson of Troika, the SADC organ, my brother, President Mnangagwa, President of Zimbabwe, for his personal efforts to seek a permanent solution in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I also commend the people of Lesotho for reaching a peaceful resolution under the facilitation of South Africa and His Excellency President Ramaphosa, which has led to the appointment of the Right Honorable Mokesi Majoro as Prime Minister of the country after retirement of His Excellency Thomas Kabane. It is my firm belief that this measure will contribute to peace and security in Lesotho and enable the people of the country to focus on development activities. And in this connection, I want to seize this particular occasion to officially welcome His Excellency Majoro to our community. I also commend and welcome their Excellencies Lumpum of Mauritius and Dr. Lazarus Chakwera of the Republic of Malawi, who have recently been elected. I commend them on their election. I also want to commend the President, Dr. Eric Masisi of Botswana, His Excellency Filippo Jacinto Nyusi of Mozambique, Dr. Hag Gengab of Namibia, who have been re-elected to lead their nations. These elections are an indication of a strong entrenchment of democratic principles within our community. I commend Your Excellencies. Honorable leaders, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the issues pertaining to peace and security and good governance for the past 1 year, we have been able also to manage issues related to economic integration. It should be remembered that during the 39th Summit of Heads of State, we initiated the e-certificate on rules of origin. The e-certificate on rules of origin. The launching of that system will facilitate trans-border trade, especially for our small-scale traders. It will also be remembered that last year, when Tanzania was the host of the 4th Industrialization Week of SADC, we inaugurated the SADC Business Council. It is evident that the establishment of that council will serve as a catalyst for productive economy and improve cooperation between the public and the private sector, which are equally important in building modern economy. Also, due to the outbreak of COVID-19, SADC, under the chairmanship of Tanzania, oversee the preparation of guidelines in order to coordinate trade procedures on borders. The regional guidelines on harmonization, facilitation of cross-border transport of goods. This has enabled our people to continue to get involved in business despite the presence of corona and reducing the economic impact of the pandemic, but also on our countries in general. In the same vein, for the past 1 year, we have continued to stand on the important SADC agenda on development of industrialization using our theme, the theme of the 39th Summit, which is building conducive environment for a sustainable and integrated development of industrialization and employment within SADC. We tried to encourage the member states, all the member states, to accord priority not only on building industries, but also to build a conducive environment for industrialization in our region. As you all very well know, one of the important catalysts for industrialization is availability of sufficient energy. I'm happy to inform this meeting that for the past 1 year, our study community has increased 3,595 megawatts, which is 90% of the target of 4,000 megawatts. And some countries have signed the agreement to implement a collective agreement, Intergovernmental Memorandum of Agreements, IGMOA, through Southern African Power Pool Program, SAPP. The agreements that have been signed between Tanzania and Zambia, but also Malawi and Mozambique. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 1 year, we have been able to oversee the development agenda for SADC development agenda after post 2020. As you rightly know, since 2000, the development agenda within our community have been based on two important strategies. The Regional Indicative Strategy Development Plan, or RISDP, of 2015, and the Strategic Indicative Plan for the organ, SIPO. These two strategies are reaching their end by the end of the year 2020. Therefore, during our chairmanship, we have been able to prepare the SADC Development Vision 2050 and the indicative plan, strategic plan, economic development RISDP for the year 2020-2030. It is my belief that these two documents, which will be discussed during this summit, will deliver a new direction to reach this SADC we want. Other milestones which have been achieved during our chairmanship is the inclusion of Swahili language as the 4 SADC languages. And to start with, we use it at during the summits of heads of state. It is my belief that the inclusion of these African language within our community will serve as a catalyst for cooperation and integration within the SADC. That is, it is the reason for the delivery of my address in Swahili, and I've been comforted to see that many leaders can follow and understand my Swahili. Apart from that, it should be remembered that during the 39th summit, we passed the resolution to lift sanctions against Zimbabwe since 2000. In that resolution also, we approved the 25th October of every year to be a special day against the sanctions in Zimbabwe, where the member states will be conducting various activities, including preparing dialogues and delivering declarations against the sanctions in Zimbabwe. It is gratifying that as we agreed on the 25th October 2019, we implemented that resolution, but also some of us incorporated the lifting of sanctions against Zimbabwe within our various addresses during the 74th meeting of the UN and in different other platforms. Due to those measures, some milestones are being achieved. For instance, the European Union has started to see the importance to resolve the human crisis in that country by delivering support and showing readiness to help in the cross-cutting sectors in economic development. Basic health services also to build the capacity of Zimbabwe in the face of various disasters and also to deliver other support. In the same vein, the Herald Agri-Bank and the Infrastructure Development Bank in Zimbabwe have been removed from the list of sanctions which were set by the European Union. I thank such countries and all international organizations which have started to respond to our call to lift sanctions against Zimbabwe, which have had impact to the people of Zimbabwe, especially women, elderly, and children. It is my firm belief that other nations shall emulate the example that has been delivered by the European Union. If Zimbabwe has its sanctions lifted, it will offer an invaluable contribution not only to our community but to the entire globe. Honorable leaders, Very briefly, these are some of the achievements that we have been able to achieve for the past 1 year. I want to seize this occasion to thank once again all the members for the cooperation that you accorded to us. Without your cooperation, these milestones could not have been achieved. In a very special way, I want to thank the SADC Secretariat under the able leadership of this lady, brave lady, Dr. Stego Mena Lawrence Tax, for working professionally despite the various challenges, including the coronavirus and other natural disasters such as flooding and cyclones. Yes, I want to thank the entire Secretariat for the cooperation that I was accorded, and also want to thank all development partners for their support in our efforts to attain sustainable development within our region. I also thank all the actors, including Professor Kabudi, who led the Ministerial Council within SADC, for the cooperation and his hard working. I also thank all the SADC members. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my address, as I alluded that this year our community has attained 40 years since its establishment in 1980. During that period, many milestones have been achieved. The number of member states has increased from the founding 9 members to 16 currently. The number of the population has increased from about 60 million during its establishment up to 350 million currently. The infrastructure has been improved. Intra-region trade has increased from 5% up to about 25% currently, and livelihood has improved, and also peace and security is continuing to reign in our region more than any other part of Africa. Despite these milestones, we still have a long way to go over realizing the dream of our founding fathers. As I said when I was receiving the chair, that our people, most of our people are poor, and they are facing problems of hunger, diseases, and unemployment, despite the fact that our region is blessed with a lot of resources, including fertile land, minerals, forestry, livestock, and water resources, etc. Even our intra-trade rate is very low compared to other regions, where the Latin America, it is 40%. In Asia, the intra-region trade is 60%, and in Europe is 60%. But our region also being faced with the challenges of conflicts. These challenges and others which have emerged recently, including climate change, terrorist threats, and transnational crimes. This reminds us the importance to continue to cooperate, and personally I trust if we cooperate and work together and work closely, our community has the capacity to face all these challenges and contain them, as we have been able to do so in the past years, including slavery, colonialism, and apartheid. Your Excellencies, after these remarks, it is now my honor and pleasure to hand over the chair to my friend and my brother, Filipo, new President of the Republic of Mozambique. It is my hope that under his chairmanship, due to his experience personally and his country, that he will render an invaluable contribution in resolving some of the challenges that I have pointed out, especially by considering the saying that life begins after 40. Therefore, because our community is 40 years old now, I'm very sure now new life begins for our community. On our part, Tanzania, as usual, we pledge our cooperation to the new chair. God bless SADC. God bless Africa.
Obrigada. Asante.
Thank you for your kind attention.
It's now time to witness the handover.
We are witnessing the handing over
Of SADC. Thank you. We now invite the new chairperson, His Excellency President Philippe Jacinth News, to deliver his acceptance speech. Your Excellency, sir.
Excelências, caros irmãos,
Excellencies,
e aqui em
dear
Moçambique,
brothers and sisters,
conheço a presença dos
We are-
presidentes, nomeadamente Joaquim
the
Chissano,
president, we are here with the past president, Joaquim Chissano and
a
Emilio,
República de Moçambique acolhe hoje
Armando Emilio Gobilza, who honor us with their presence. The Republic of Mozambique today is hosting in this fourth ordinary session of the Community for the Development for Southern Africa, SADC, which is the supreme organ of our regional organization. We render tribute to all our predecessors and to those who have founded our organization. We recall President Mkapa, who was here in January during our presidency. On behalf of the Mozambicans, we convey our greetings to all fellow citizens of SADC. The first word is of welcome this virtual house. On behalf of the Mozambicans, I thank you for the honor and trust placed on us, on our country, to host the summit, which pleases us amidst the challenges that multiple challenges ravaging our country and the region at large, and the world at large. Our region has maintained cohesion and focus in attaining its objectives, which was due to the pragmatism and insight with which my brother, His Excellency John Pombe Magufuli, the outcoming president and president of the Republic of the United Republic of Tanzania, led our country. Allow me also to recognize our Secretary, Dr. Estagomena Lawrence Tax, is Executive Secretary of SADC, and her team for the support, institutional support rendered to our country in the preparation of this summit in a very challenging environment. Excellencies, Head of State and Government, honorable ministers and senior officials, before you I accept the mandate to chair the SADC, which has just been entrusted on me in this memorable ordinary session of our virtual summit, with the humility and high sense of responsibility and mission. The Mozambican people is by nature resilient and hardworking. Therefore, we commit ourselves to fulfill the mission of abnegation, and for our success, we count with the support of every and each one of the member states. We will work closely with the head of state and government and with the Troika, with whom we will consult starting from now. It is my duty to express here on behalf of the government of Republic of Mozambique our appreciation and special tribute to the founders of our organization, who, with intelligent and extraordinary vision, contributed for the political and economic liberation of our region. Today, in a new reality of this development, which is reflected in our compass, which is the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan. Once again, I reiterate our immense pleasure to welcome you virtually in this summit. We are certain that we will drive our organization towards new heights in a shared future of prosperity and well-being, for which we have always strived. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and this marks the end of the official opening ceremony of the 40th SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government. Their Excellencies will now go in a closed session We will resume again at 12:30 for the closing ceremony. ICT, may you please assist their excellencies to go in the closed session. Thank you.